let's get into this, all right? So the vocal chain. This is my vocal chain. So Fresh Air. This is like I put my voice in there and then I bounce it down basically. So all these settings, I don't have to change them. I just have to put the vocal input at the right volume so it's hitting correctly on my settings, right? So this is El Rey. It'll hit just right there at -1 in between, just like really slightly, you know. Um, so first EQ, I mean EQs are easy. We all know this shit. It just cuts at whatever I want it to cut it at. If I'm cutting at 80, if I'm cutting at 100, but this is the first cut, so I'm not gonna go back on it basically. De-esser, I do that later too, the de-esser, but I still have a de-esser fab filter that's doing a little bit of work, right? Silk Vocal from Waves is very good. And then I can tune in how much cleanup I'm doing on the different frequencies. Usually around this right here, 20 to 30. You don't want to go too much on anything, right? Then I go into a RVox, so compressing right away. Make sure that so I leave it like this, right, the setting. I can mess with the gate if I need to, but I just get the input right so it's ducking down to -6 right here, so it'll be hitting right there. See what I mean? And then I do the trick, right, that everyone does. It's the RVox into R compressor, so same thing. The R comp set up like this. You can mess with the attack a little bit and the release if you need to. Same with the threshold, and then you get it to like right here, the ratio, and you have it dip down to -3 a lot of. And then I go into the vocal, into the Pro compressor. And this one is the one that I compress heavily with because it's pretty transparent, right? When I hit it like -10, -12, it's really gonna compress my vocal a lot. And now I do slightly, because I just feel it sounds better every time. 1176. This one, the gray version, into, and it's just I can activate or not activate this if I need to, you know, into the LA2A. So Smooth Operator, which I got into recently. It's a resonance suppressor, and it's pretty cool because you can just mess with this. You guys might have heard of it, and it'll automatically with AI take away like the frequencies that are too impeding too much. And then there's different settings which are pretty cool. So this one's not actually set up. Click on it again. So this one will take out the muddiness out of my vocal, and I can just choose how much I want it to affect the vocal itself. You know? So slightly sometimes a little bit more. Same, I do the smooth operator, and sometimes I use this one too. It's like phone cleanup, so it cleans up like the high end basically. And I can mess with this if I need to. And then I do this. These are all kind of presets in a way. This is a preset that's really good. MV2, if you're not using it, you should be using it right away. Like, you're supposed to do 12, -12, -6. This is it. And it just fucking brings up your high end and your low end in your vocal, just like it'll and then I always hit it with this preset too, which is, but yeah, then you hit it with the BB tubes. So you want to leave it on 6 and 6, basically. Beauty and B, 6 and 6. You might have seen this before. And then you mess with the sensitivity knob to get it hitting on the saturation pretty low, not too much. And then I hit it with the decapitator, which decapitator is, for me now, like everyone, well, we all agree it's one of the best saturators out there with Saturn, right? And a few other ones, but you got a lot of good choices on here. You can just go with the style and just click on A, E, N, see what it sounds like, get the drive upper, like, you know, 1, 2, and then I hit it with the Saturn. So Saturn, I only hit it with the high end right here. I hit it with this recently, so I'll go with the SSL strip, whatever, EV2, whatever it's called, this one. And I hit it with the settings. It's the same settings they have online, basically. They're all the same, so I forget what it is. And then I mess with this a little bit. So this is set on 190 hertz. It's a big ass boost of 7 dB, but you can lower it or bring it up. I like a lot of a low end in my, like a lot of warmth, I guess. And then yeah, you can look at the settings really quickly, but it all just it's a whatever they call it, analog EQ with the knobs, and it's really good, bro. This is like the settings that people just copy paste basically. I just copy pasted them, and it gives character to your voice. Hit it with this later too, which is a limiter, a clipper. Sorry, you know. I wish I had Gold Clip, but this is next best thing for me called the K Clip by Kazrog. Hit it with the multi-band compressor, and then I mess with the channels a little bit if I need to. And then I hit it with a bunch of bunch of EQs. Like this is depending on the track itself, but I'll clean up little you know, I don't know if you've seen this done before. It's like surgical EQ, but I don't do it with this. I do it with the this right here. Wait, well, you have to press Control now. Shift. Oh, Shift Alt. Yeah, Alt. You press Alt on FL. Hold on Alt, and then you can bring this down. So then I do this too for the high end. It's a bunch of EQing. This is like the EQing is the hardest, but I like to do it now. Like instead of going like this, which you don't really want to do, I do it like this. And this is a homie taught me how to do this with the dynamic range, and then like this is a boost right here at 700 hertz. Oh, that's right. I do have spectral. I hear this one has spectral. These two have spectral, which I'm not really clear 100% on what it does too. How you call it? I just put a soothe on it. Basically, I've heard this is cool too. You just put like a little soothe, like it'll just lightly clean up your track. The homie told me to do it. I do it. I mean, I tried it and I really like it actually. And then I hit it with a bunch of de-essers, kind of EQ DS, EQ DS, EQ, little boosts, little cuts, depending. Sometimes I'll activate these, sometimes I won't, Smart de-esser too. Then I use some cleanup. So I use the RX voice denoiser for the cleanup, and then I use and then I hit it with the clarity and the de-reverb, clarity, de-reverb, all three of them slightly if I need to, obviously. And if it's not doing what it should be, then I just don't use it. I take it away. Auto tune on here, so I can just have it on live and I can mess with it how I want to. I usually do it like that, 0 and humanize to 100. Yeah, same thing. Bunch of EQ in, more de-essers. And then I hit it with a Spectre with these settings right here too, because my homie showed me how to do this too, and it's pretty cool. And then I love the Oxford Inflator, bro. I'm done after this. I love this Oxford Inflator, which is probably my last one. And then the free version, but it might have became paid for at a certain point, but you could probably still find it for free, is the M-Wave Shaper. Yeah, I was gonna do this today because I wanted to make a video too. So I was planning to do this actually, so I can make a video and then just have the video online and shit and chop it up, like I said. So M-Wave Shaper right here. Bring the up there to 100 and make sure it's on mode 2. So this is the same thing. It's a replica of this. You bring the effect to 100, and then here you're gonna mess with the dry wet, and here you're gonna mess. Oh fuck. Here you're gonna mess with the curve basically. Here you're gonna mess with the curve. And then you can introduce how much curve you want, and this is gonna give you perceived loudness. So I don't know if you know what that is, but it's volume that you hear without you seeing it graphically on the. It's not gonna go up in dB. But there's so much shit, bro. Like that was good for the voice then.